Hello, hi, year 7 students. Okay, today I'm going to continue lesson on topic variation and classification. So let's start. Firstly, let's start with what is a species. A species is a group of organisms that look the same. A species is also a group of organisms that can breed. Okay, so if you combine these two together, put them into a definition of species, a species would be defined as a group of similar organisms that are capable of interbreeding to produce fertile offspring. So, for you guys to understand this topic better, you can refer to your textbook on the similar topic, variation and classification. From there, you can refer to the notes and then relate the notes to the one that I am presenting. Okay? Okay, what is a species? A huge variety of organisms live on our planet. Scientists have put living things into groups to make them easier to identify. So this is called as classification. So classification, in short, it refers to the classifying, meaning the grouping of the organisms into their own groups, so that it will be easier for us to identify which animal is in what group based on their similar characteristics that they share together. Okay, so recall back, what is a species? A species is a group of organisms that share the same characteristics and capable of interbreeding to produce fertile offspring. So fertile, it refers to they can produce offspring. They can produce the next generation. Okay, so organisms can be classified into different species. So you know that these two types of organisms are fish. Okay, however, they are further classified into different species. So this is a species of one fish. The other one is the other species for one fish. Okay, this is the flounder fish. This can be salmon. So far, scientists have identified around 290,000 species of plants, 1,250,000 species of animals, and 5 million species of bacteria living on our planet. Okay, recall back the grouping together of animals is called classification. A group of similar organisms is called a taxon. The study of classification is called as taxonomy. So the scientists who study about classification, we call them as taxonomists. Okay. Okay, let's relate on species and also the habitat. Sometimes organisms with a recent common ancestor live in different environments. They may evolve quite differently even though their DNA is similar. For example, the Galapagos Islands are home to many species of finch. Finch is a type of bird, this bird, that all evolved from a recent common ancestor. However, today, the finch species have different features to help them survive on their particular islands. So, one species of finch, they can further evolve into different groups, different species of finches, which can be characterized into different types of beaks. Their beaks are different based on their diet. Okay, so some finches have beaks that are best for eating fruit, while others have beaks adapted to eating seeds or insects. This varies according to what the main source of food is on the island where they live. Okay, living in a similar habitat. Organisms that are not closely related may share several features. They have to solve the same environmental problem. So, the group of the jellyfish belongs to the phylum of Cnidaria. The group of the octopus belongs to the phylum Mollusca. Okay, so later on, I will explain about what is phylum. Okay, about Cnidaria and Mollusca, the mollusks and Cnidaria. I have taught you guys about this classification of invertebrates. If you guys are still unsure, you can refer back to the notes in the exercise book about the classification of the invertebrates. Closely related species can look very different. They share certain characteristics and are classified close together but live in very different habitats. So the habitats will determine their features. For example, the Arctic fox and the Fenix fox. They are closely related. However, their physical appearance differ according to where they live. But the first one, the Arctic fox that lives in the Arctic, they tend to have a whiter fur and a thicker fur too. For why? To blend themselves, meaning to camouflage within the snow from the predator, and also thicker fur is for them to insulate themselves to keep them warm. Okay, for Fenix fox, on the other hand, lives in the desert. So they have a very quite thin fur compared to the Arctic fox. However, their ears are quite long, meaning large compared to the Arctic fox. Why? Because it is to radiate heat. Living in the desert is quite hot, so they have to radiate heat so that they can survive. Okay, moving on. Problems with classifying species. Sometimes it is not easy to classify organisms into species. Okay, let's see the example, the elaboration. Bacteria usually reproduce asexually. However, our definition of species is based on organisms that can breed together. So this definition does not work for bacteria because why? Bacteria does not produce sexually like multicellular organisms. But still, scientists classify them too. Other example, many common duck species can breed together to produce hybrids. They have over 400 types of duck hybrid recorded. So, for the duck hybrids, they are often fertile and can breed with each other or the native ducks, producing ducks with a variety of characteristics. For example, like this duck. Okay, another example for problems with classifying species. Mules are the hybrid made by breeding a donkey with a horse. So this is a horse made with donkey producing mule. But mules are infertile. But occasionally female mules do mate with donkeys or horses to produce offspring. This does not fit with our definition of species. Because why? Species, they say, it is the same type of organism, so that they can breed. However, horse and donkey is not in the same species. So this what makes scientists hard to classify mule into which group. Okay. Okay, I will explain about the classification in our next lesson in part 2. Okay, till then, I'll see you.